Hi folks, Joko here to present another review of a student's Task 1 assignment. Actually, they're not students, they're just IELTS candidates. I don't know them. Here we are. I want to add to this title that we see here, analyze before describing. Now, and I want to get the word describing out of there because that's what the person is doing wrong, is describing instead of summarizing. I bet if you ask the average IELTS candidate who's had a little bit of reading or training, and you ask them, well, what are you supposed to do in Task 1? They would say, well, describe the information on a graphic using a variety of vocabulary and grammar. Well, the second part's okay. But describe the information. Is that what it says? Well, let's actually look at the actual question. Now, Ali, it's been 10 days, actually said here, actually included the instructions that are included with every single IELTS Task 1, which is summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. No place in there does it say describe the information. I've discussed the importance of that paragraph in other videos, which I recommend that you check out. I want to point out something else about this particular graphic, this question. Data points. Okay, how many data points does it have? I've made every time I see a new Task 1, I try to take a count of it, and this one, as you can see, it's got 5 categories with 5 columns with 2 data points, so it's 10. 10 is not. I have yet to see an official test with 10 data points. Or if it does, there'll be 10 data points on one graphic and an entirely second graphic for you to deal with as well. So this is from a book or an exercise, and it's good for practice, but Ali, don't think that this is going to be, something like this is going to be on the test. It'll be much more complicated than this. The trap here for many people is that it's small enough that it's not so hard to write about the entire thing and get it all covered, and you feel good. I've described everything. But you're not supposed to describe everything. What does it say? It says right there in the instructions. Ooh, look at that, it's moving. It says summarize. Summarize, by definition, means not to include everything, just the most important stuff. Let's see how you do. And this is where we got it. Choose appropriately when you're ready. Advance. Okay. So here's the this is the question again. The graph below shows the average daily sale of selected food items. Coffee is a food item at the Brisk Cafe by season. Okay, average daily sale over how many years? We don't know, but it's an average daily sale. Okay, sometimes more, sometimes less, and they break it down by season. What about fall and spring? They're not on here. All right, well, it's not important. Summarize the information. Yes. Okay. Over here now we have Boom's first intro and the overview. Of course, first sentence is just to summarize. Is not summarize. Is to say what the graphic shows. If the graphic uses the word shows here for the graph below shows in the original, then you want to use the verb illustrate. If it says illustrate, then you want to use shows. Compares, no, it doesn't compare. You compare. Okay, it just shows the information. Comparing is a brain activity in the brain. Graphs can't compare. Only people can. And it's the bar graph. Well, how do they know which one it is? Okay, I like to do this. And this is I've been advocating for many years, and that is there is the number of daily sale of 5 seconds. Okay, so what you're doing here is you're getting around this whole use of the definite article before we've defined anything, and we are including a which compares a non-defining or a defining relative clause, a complex sentence right there in the first sentence, getting it out of the way. Sure, you'll probably have non-relative defining clauses elsewhere, or you might, or you should. But once you've, just to get that part over with, might as well include it in the first sentence. Now, you've done far too much taking of words from the graphic and the question. Okay, the number of daily compares the number of daily sale. No, it's an average. Okay, that's a key word. The median. How much sales they have on a typical day. Compares the number of daily sale, shouldn't be singular, of 5 selected. No need for a hyphen there. It's green for grammar. At the brisk cafe. In winters, we don't know that. Could be just one winter. And summers. See, far too much usage of 5 selected items. Selected food items. Selected. Certain. Particular. All kinds of words you could use there. Alright, so now the overview, which is the most important part of any task 1. Overall, it can be seen, read that before, that the total sale of items is much higher on a daily basis in winters than in summers. Again, no indication it's more than 1. Could be, could not be, we don't know. Alright, it's much higher in winter. Really? Now, this is a pretty big statement here. If it's true, that's a good start. But I look at it and I think, okay, well, this is a big one in favor of winter, the blue one. But look, this orange one here it makes up for the difference right there. And then you got another big blue one, but another orange one, and then a couple that are about the same. Or that's about the same. And well, yeah, I guess it is a little bit more. You could even quickly in your head go 75, and then 25, that's 100, and then a 150, and then there's another 25. So 175, 172, or 178, let's say, versus 30 and 40, that's 70, plus 35, that's 105, plus another 25, that's 130, and another 20, it's 155 to 178. Is that much higher? No, it's barely more than 15%. Yeah, it's not even 20%. It's different. That's your key item here. That different things sell better at different times of the year. That there's particularly in the coffee drinks. The coffee drinks show the largest deviation from summer to winter than the food items. Okay. Here's the thing with task 1 is you want to try to divide your information into 2 logical groups. This will allow you to organize your paragraphs very well and give you a foundation from which to make comparisons. Now, the obvious way to summarize this is to do it by winter and summer, right? But there's other ways. There's coffee drinks versus food. Ice cream, soup, and salad are food. There's cold items, iced coffee, ice cream, versus, and maybe perhaps salad. Salad is cool, right? Versus heated items like soup and hot coffee. We will assume that they're not serving gazpacho, which is a cold soup. Anyway, and how do you do it? Well, we'll assume that, okay, right. With hot coffee having the highest number of sale. Not necessarily. Certainly the greatest number of servings in winters. That's unclear. However, while iced coffee is the most sold in summer, its sale in winter is nearly none. Now, however, has to contrast the point that comes before it. Okay? And iced coffee is the most sold item in summer. Yeah, I guess that's a contrast, but that's a detail. That's not part of the overview. That's a detail. Okay, and then you've got your 2 paragraphs. Looking at the details, it's a cliche. Hot coffee gives. Hot coffee doesn't give anything. The greatest number of sale. in winters? No? The most sales in winter. But you've already said that at around 75 servings, comma, which you don't need this is a run-on sentence now with commas placed, which is followed by soup. So after your 75 servings of hot coffee, you're going to have some soup. That's the way it reads, which is followed by soup with 50 servings. Approximately is never used as at the beginning of a sentence by itself. It is not used that way. 25 servings of salad and ice cream. In the whole winter, they only sell 25 servings. You never mentioned anything about this about being daily, and that's a very important detail, which is half of that of soup. Oh, one thing about approximately 25 servings of salad and ice cream. You see, and or ice cream, salad or ice cream. But salad and ice cream sounds like it's coming together on the same plate, which I don't think any place actually does. By contrast, not in contrast. All right, salad and ice cream is close to zero at a mere 2 servings per day. Okay. Now, where's the information about the what's in your overview? Your overview says that winters far outsell summers, and I don't see it. In contrast, the average fuel sale of food items during summer is between 40 and 25 servings. Okay, what's a food item? All of them are food items. Hot coffee is a food item. It is between 40 and 25 servings. That's really awkward to put the higher number first. But you know what? The way you wrote it, it seems like the answer should be is somewhere between, let's add those together. 20, we did already. 138. See, 140. So now the average sale of all the things is about 140 per day during the summer. This compares to 180 in lower number first, higher number second. So it's good to combine them. You need to combine all of them. And whereas it's not used that way. Salad and soup are sold equally, 25 servings each. Sale of ice cream and hot coffee at around 35 and 30 servings respectively. See, now there's details here that it's just flat details. It's being expressed robotically. You shouldn't need to include everything. And where are the comparisons? There are no comparisons in this paragraph at all. Whereas sale of ice cream and hot coffee at around 35. There's all kinds of comparisons you could make here. Iced coffee, in the summer, iced coffee outsells hot coffee by 20% or 25%, 30 to 40. Right? What's 25% of 40? 10. That's quite clearly, you can say that it compares to this by this much. The only comparisons I see in the whole thing are when you're comparing summer and winter for salad. No, you don't. There's no comparisons at all between summer and winter, just within summer and within winter. Well, I guess in the paragraph before it, but that's not enough paragraph making. Okay, so here's some numbers from a site called wordcounter.net. 178 words, that's fine. Shortest sentence, 15 words. Average sentence, 23 words. That's pretty good. I didn't put the longest sentence in there. Reading time, 39 seconds. Speaking time, 60 seconds. You use the word sale 9 times in the writing. Now, some words don't have good synonyms, but there's lots of other ways to say sale. Sale, even. Sell. Servings, coffee, number. Okay, those are your densities. So, look at your overview. Do you talk about what you write in your overview anywhere in the rest of the report? And don't just describe things mechanically, okay? Summarize them by grouping things together into into groups of two, not groups of two, into two groups, and then make relevant comparisons within the group or between the groups. That's even better. Saying something is this is the highest and this is the lowest is something that's been taught quite a bit, but it is a very limited comparison. It only compares one thing to everything else, and it's not always relevant. And people just run to do that. That's the fastest, easiest way. I don't have to think about it. Think about it. Think about what it's showing you. Okay, good luck. Study7.com. Okay. How do I stop the screen? Change.